Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 467 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Yes, I'm still in Japan, as you can hear the train in the background of this bedroom. Yes, I moved into the bedroom. I'll be in Japan for just a few more days, so I apologize for the lack of updates and the lack of audio and video quality, but this is kind of what I have to deal with for right now. But luckily though, I mean, there's not have not been too much DC film updates, at least anything that I've missed, or even tinfoil stuff. I can tell you that today, probably when you're watching this on this Sunday, or today or tomorrow, Sunday. In any case, there's going to be that game on ESPN, that the FA Cup, where the release of Snyder Cut is going to be shown around the stadium for like 4 minutes. So be on the lookout for that. That would be kind of quite interesting to see if there's any commentary about the advertisement that's going to be displayed there. So pretty excited for that. Although I'm going to have a busy today tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get to check that out over on Twitter. But in terms of DC film updates, there has been a few. Todd Phillips wants to see a Batman movie from his Joker world. Now, this is nothing, anything to really get excited about, because it's just conversations as he's having, and I'll explain. And over here it says, even though there aren't any solid plans to make a Joker sequel, director Todd Phillips would like to see a Batman movie from Joker's Gotham City. It's a beautiful Gotham. What I would like to see someone tackle is what Batman looks like from that Gotham, Phillips told Variety's Mark Malkin at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. However, Phillips was quick to say that he wouldn't be the one to make that movie. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. What was interesting to me about the inclusion of Batman in our movie was, what kind of Batman does that Gotham make? That's all I meant by that. So, he was originally adamant that Joker would be a one-off movie. It would not cross over with Robert Pattinson's upcoming The Batman movie. But Warner Brothers met with him and co-writer Scott Silver about exploring possible ideas for a sequel late last year. Any sequel would have to meet the artistic standard of the original Joker, an expectation that Phillips said he and star Joaquin Phoenix agreed on. So that's the take right there, that it has to be something that will work for both of them. This time I spent with Joaquin here driving over last night was the first time we hung out for a while, and we weren't talking about a sequel. We both have the same kind of mandate, so we'll see. So we'll have to wait and see what comes of that for people who are interested in seeing a possible Batman within that Joker universe, that one-off movie. It's pretty clear. It's not connected to Robert Pattinson's Batman or any other Batman. It's his own thing. It's his own universe. It was just a one-off movie. There could be sequels coming out from that, but like I said, it's not part of the DCEU whatsoever. And I'm also saying Robert Pattinson, the Batman, is not going to be part of the DCEU as well. If you consider DCEU meaning the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa Aquaman, Henry Cavill Man of Steel, Ben Affleck Batman, that's the DCEU. I think is what it is. But I am kind of curious to see what type of Batman spawns out of Gotham, and if they go ahead and do that, they actually add to this universe, this Gotham, Joker universe per se, that started with Joaquin Phoenix. That means they should be pretty much, not really caring how many other universes are there within DC films, right? Because if Joker is his own universe, DCEU's own universe, Snyderverse his own universe, we could have a lot of different universes, and that means directors are free to pretty much make what they want to make. And so I think that is something we should really get excited about, to seeing different takes of different characters within the whole DC films. So if you like a certain universe, say you like the Robert Pattinson Batman, and Robert Pattinson's Batman will spawn its own type of universe. You like the Snyderverse, and Snyderverse continues, and that will spawn other kinds of different kind of things. And then you also have these other singular universes like Wonder Woman and Aquaman. It could really work very well, and I'm actually kind of excited to see what that intends to do. But speaking of the Batman, Robert Pattinson's The Batman, shooting starts real soon, really soon. Jeffrey Wright, who is playing Commissioner Gordon, he had this to say. He tweeted out, "Woke up jet-lagged at 10 p.m. thinking I was late, 4:45 a.m. now, off to Gotham." So he is pretty much saying what's happening. They are about to film Gotham. We'll probably have some scenes in London, and you will probably, people behind this will probably take pictures of behind the scenes. We'll probably see official looks of Commissioner Gordon, if it's an outside shot, if anybody can capture that. Are we going to see the bat suit? Are we going to actually see costumes? At this time, are we actually going to see that? And like I've said before, they haven't really done too much, except maybe Birds of Prey, was that they don't show you official photos of how the costumes look before, paparazzis and stuff, where other people take really crappy camera shots of the suit in action. So like Shazam, for instance, and maybe they don't care to do that, but I think Birds of Prey is the only one who had like a teaser video showing us how the film is going to look before people got to see the ugly shots, ugly behind the scenes shots, that is before edited, before post, and all that stuff. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be kind of exciting to see what the new bat suit looks like. Seeing that a lot of those rumors of the bat suit, came out to be not true, but kind of curious to see about that. So in any case, interesting stuff indeed. Black Adam. Black Adam's got an update. Very short one, and it's not like a picture that we haven't seen The Rock post before. It's him working out. Of course, The Rock, new era, hashtag DC Universe, hashtag Black Adam, shooting starts this summer. So shooting starts this summer. He is getting ready. He is getting fit to take on the role of Black Adam. And my God, he's huge. He is huge. He could snap Shazam with his two fingers. I mean, it's just, it's nothing new. I mean, really, he's always been working out. He's always looks jacked in every single movie. But it is amazing to see, Jesus, this guy is huge. Like, Black Adam is going to be huge. Does he really need a suit at this point? It'll rip everything. But yeah, he will definitely get the suit. And we'll see how comic book accurate that will look. We have shown before of him using, I think it was a Jim Lee picture to what he would kind of look like, or is it a Boss Logic picture? Who knows? But it is getting a little bit closer to having him actually be Black Adam. It's been years since he was casted. Been years since he was like one of the original people who was casted into the DCEU as a character, and he finally gets to play the part this summer. I don't know. I'm gonna believe it when they actually start shooting, when he's actually on set and there's actually something going on. Then we can finally see Black Adam. But man, for him to go toe to toe with Billy Batson, Billy, you better start bringing Superman to your battles. And I think you really need some help here against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So, but interesting stuff. So that is starting to shoot this summer. Wonder Woman 1984 has got some new pictures, new photos. I don't know if it looks great. I don't know if Clay Enos was responsible for these shots, or these screenshots from the movie, or like, Clay Enos, who's a photographer on set, actually made these shots. I'm not sure. This is her running through in Washington, out in the open. Her armor looks a bit darker than we've seen in the trailers and such, so I want to say this is probably a Clay Enos photography shop. I'm not too sure. Looking here, running through, probably running really fast, as you see in the trailer. She whips up and catches on something, and she flies in the air. So that's that scene there. This is the other one, Wonder 1984, June 5th, 2020. Of course, she's holding up a guy and going to sing, which I think, when you look at this, I'm thinking she's actually looking at probably children. Kind of telling, don't tell anybody, playfully trying to keep them at ease when they see this woman here picking up a guy in a shopping mall with one hand, and so I think maybe she's just trying to tell him to calm down, be quiet, kind of thing. Don't worry, I got this, or something. It's between you and me. Yeah, I'm a superhero. I think that's what's happening here, or unless this is another Clay Enos shot in which she's just there posing for this in a way just to be playful. We'll find out when we watch the movie on June 5th, 2020. And you can see, I know all the comments about Sword and Shield and stuff like that, and how it looks, how it's brighter in the 80s. I like to say, because this is in the 80s, this is 20 plus years before, 20 years, about 20 something years before Batman v Superman, and so at this point in time, maybe she's a little bit trying to be a hero here, a little bit lighter before something, and I really do believe something tragic is going to happen at the end of this movie, seeing that Steve Trevor is back temporarily, and probably causes her to really think against mankind. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's really the case here, but I feel like her not needing a sword and shield works, because she's going against mere mortals here, men that she could probably just hit once and they'll be down for a count. So she wouldn't need a sword and shield. She'll need a sword and shield for godlike creatures, demons, and monsters and stuff like that, which I think will that's why she has it during the Doomsday fight and also the Justice League fight as well. So I don't see no problems in it, but hey, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. We'll see how this movie turns out, and then we can comment on it then. So next up is Birds of Prey. This is coming from trailertrack.com. In the pipeline, there's a new full, final, and likely Red Band Birds of Prey trailer coming. I don't know if this is the actual trailer or the stuff that we've seen at Brazil CCXP, but I knew this was happening because they have to have a final trailer, because the movie is coming out next month. They definitely, and this is probably definitely it, the Birds of Prey trailer, trailer number 4, is going to be 2 minutes and 22 seconds. It's been classified. It should drop any time now, maybe even drop by the time you're watching this, but there's going to be a new trailer, and I'm wondering to see what's in it. Are they going to show a lot of that stuff from Brazil CCXP? I'm really wondering, are they going to reveal Black Mask in his true form, his true face and stuff like that? Are they going to have alternate costumes? What people were saying, there was alternate costumes for the character, especially Huntress. So those are interesting as well. But more Birds of Prey for people who out there are really excited for it. I'm really intrigued by it. It does look fantastic. The trailers look fantastic. So I'm getting ready to watch that next month. So that is Birds of Prey, our next DC film. Now, let's get into the Zack Watch. Zack Snyder Watch. Now, you're all waiting to see what is happening next. He hasn't posted much. I don't think he really needs to. A lot of cases because, he's given us so much during the Christmas break. Even things that we can really pull apart and talk about for a while now. Although people still actively looking for stuff. He has been interacting with fans on Vero, however. This one is regards from Jesua Cubis. I hope I said your name right. He asked about how is Superman resurrected in your movie, because this is how it's done in the theatrical version release. And he explains it. Flash and Cyborg dig his body. The van is there. Aquaman, Wonder Woman aren't. The League takes his body to the Kryptonian ship in the city. They put his body in an amniotic chamber, and they drop the mother box on Cal. So at that same time, Flash touches it to charge it, boosts Superman to wake up. He lands in Heroes Park where he fights the Justice League. Finally, Lois arrives with Alfred, who took her there, and she calms down, and Clark, crying, takes Lois to the camp farm. So, Zack Snyder decided to respond to this. He said, similar, but not the same. You need to see it the right way to understand. And I agree. Zack Snyder, we do need to see it. And I like how he says that you need to see it the right way to understand. He's like, he doesn't say it outright. He's like, don't worry. When you see it, you're gonna understand. You have to see it the right way. It's like, that's it. I mean, hinted enough. Time has come. Let's release the Snyder Cut so we can actually see how Superman is released. So I'm very excited about it. In regards to Superman as well, this picture here in the trailers, we've been debating this back and forth. I even made a video about it being possibly Supergirl, right? And people are like, well, the legs are skinny, the thing's a little bit different, and his suit's a little different. And then people are arguing, well, that could be a hologram, this could be Cyborg doing it, looks like it's see-through, it's not outside the mirror, and stuff like that. And we know in this scene that Cyborg does do some kind of holographic thing around that table. And sure enough, Zack Snyder has finally revealed Superman projected by Cyborg. He probably thinks like, really? You guys thought it was Supergirl? But Superman projected by Cyborg, that's the answer. Superman projected by Cyborg. That ends that debate. But, I feel like I'm wondering if there's still Supergirl in the movie, because this movie is 3.5 hours long. I don't know anything. I'm just saying, I'm wondering if there's even like a tad bit hint of it. But apparently that is not the case here. So that is indeed Superman. All right. The next thing, and I'm talking about this because there's a lot of breadcrumb trails, like Mick D says here, a lot of hints that has come out and things like that, and he's dropping quite a bit of stuff during the holidays. But, it's going to take time, and then he's not just going to say it outright. So Mick D says it right here. Loving this little breadcrumb trail, Zack Snyder, as I've been saying on Twitter, like the boss's films, he doesn't spoon feed his audiences with explicit narrative and exposition. You have to dig deeper and tie things together for a greater understanding of his intentions. It's what makes him a master storyteller. His very activity is an art form, no different. Gingerbread House, here it comes. Zack Snyder, winks at McD, seemingly said that yes, this is a breadcrumb trail. This is like his movies, exactly, especially BVS, Batman v Superman. You keep going back and watching it and finding something new, finding something different, finding a type of interpretation that we've never thought of. And that was the whole thing about BVS, that whole thing that Fiona had arranged, I think even Vinaldo as well, arranged that whole BVS where we try to find things in BVS, and Zach and Chris Terra will look at it and say if it's true, if that's what was he intended, or if that was interesting, and someone won a prize for that and stuff like that. So that's the thing. I mean, there's just so many things you can pick apart and interpret Zack Snyder's movies, right? And that's the thing. That's the great beauty of a movie that is led to discussion rather than it's just a one showing and then you're done and you don't have to think about it, you know. There's movies like he does that you really want to look into more. You want to rewatch and rewatch and rewatch, and that's the beauty of his movie. And just like his movies, this whole release of Snyder Cut, this 214, this holy grail is amazing. It really, we're discussing it right now, and it's exciting because it's like we're picking the pieces, we're putting the pieces together, we're solving the puzzle, and we're helping each other. We're getting excited, we're discussing it, and we're bringing it onto the open. It's a constant discussion, and even a debate, a friendly debate about the release of Snyder Cut, about Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I really enjoy it. And even though I feel like it's coming, I really do this year. It's going to be so exciting when we get there, and going back, possibly going back to the days when you see his thumb that's cut as maybe the start of it all, possibly, and just these little hints and tidbits and what was actually he meant to be for the, you know, the Snyder Cut, and what he didn't mean to be the Snyder Cut. But that's an interesting game in itself, right? And speaking of interpretations and stuff, Clay Staub, who has been kind of helping this idea of the Holy Grail along, wanted to bring up this. A quick question in our movement, case related. Who is Percival? Then not talking about Excalibur, because, you know, Clay Staub had put this picture out, and this is from Excalibur. So Clay gives his interpretation regarding your question. I can only speak for myself. Who is Percival in my mind? Metaphorically speaking, it is you. All of you true film lovers searching to release the Snyder Cut. The power is within your hands. And that's something I also interpreted ourselves. Many of us have interpreted when we saw that picture at 214 with Percival in the background, and the entire Excalibur references, that we are Percival. Zack Snyder even says, well, when he asks, are we going to finally see the Holy Grail? Ask Percival. Percival indeed finds the Holy Grail, and I think that is what the symbolism is. So it's not only us who think that way, whether Clay's knowing the truth or speaking for himself, it does seem to line up with our expectations of who Percival is. And so I like that. I really do. Another thing in the Zack Watch, a little bit. Zack Snyder was out in Hollywood today. Kimpton, Everly, Los Angeles. No, he's just there. He's already in California, so it's not a big deal, anything at all. But there was one little thing in there in the comments. Steve G asked him, will we drink from the Holy Grail soon? I am thirsty. I have a thirst for immortality. And Zack Snyder responded, as am I. Yeah. Zack, we are thirsty. This is probably the only time where thirsty is acceptable in in this movement. Yes, we are thirsty to drink from the Holy Grail soon. Release the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Last thing I want to mention, and I pulled this up, I tweeted this out. The official logo for Zack Snyder's Justice League means hope. Embodied within that hope is the fundamental belief that the potential of every person to be a force to release the Snyder Cut. That's what we can bring them. Don the official Zack Snyder battle armor. We are, getting almost there. $22,949. Almost $2,000 away to the $25,000 goal. Once again, this is a Zack Snyder design. This is a Zack Snyder hoodie. This is a Zack Snyder shirt. This is a Zack Snyder beanie. This is all Zack Snyder. This is not a fan-made sweater, hoodie. This is not a fan-made shirt. This is Zack Snyder himself. This is the official Zack Snyder's Justice League, what he's branding it, which I think is really important to tout this around, because this is the brand. This is Zack Snyder's Justice League we're talking about here. This is the Snyder Cut. And I think we should all, just get a shirt, get a hoodie if you can, or tell somebody to get a hoodie and tell somebody to get a shirt, just to help out. This is all supporting the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. Do yourselves a favor, don the battle armor for 2020, and let's get this Snyder Cut released. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.